welcome to episode 2 of 20 is Plenty. Firstly, thank you very much to everyone that's liked and shared the page and viewed on YouTube. We're joined by a wonderful guest today. We've got myself, George, Joe, my co-host, and also guest, Diego Costa.
Diego.
Good to be here, fellas. Thank you for having me. Yes, I've been absolutely killed on Facebook, so thank you for that.
Well, Palms, we know you know your football. You're not only a decent footballer on the pitch, a keen fantasy football fan. So we're going to have to get a couple of fantasy tips for this week off you at some point throughout the episode. But yeah, do you want to just dive straight back into the results last night? Did both?
Well, yeah. Wednesday's results. First accumulator landed with.
Oh, mate! First hacker from Mr. George.
Lots of love on Facebook. Everyone was happy with that one. Hope you made a few quid. But yeah, start with Villa Sheffield United. I thought played to the script really. Quite a ball draw. Like Chris Wilder said, and I mentioned previously, it was never going to be a classic. It would been down there much today, but obviously overshadowed by the controversy. What do we think, gents, about the goal line technology?
Do you know what? Oh, the goal line technology. Well, I'll stick the picture on screen now, just so you can all see it if you don't know what we're talking about. But Palms, what's your thoughts on that?
We all know it's a goal at the end of the day. It's gone over the line. But what can the referee do if his watch doesn't ping and it doesn't, and then VAR doesn't step in, which it didn't? He can't give it, can he?
But
he can't give it.
Well, I mean, read,
as a Blues fan, my head goes back to Villa and Leeds last year when
had to get it in there early, didn't you?
At Bielsa.
Well, I'm not sure it's that good. You don't think you can compare?
We did know it was goal. Well, the ref didn't know it was goal. No one knew on the pitch it was goal until half time. So you're not going to go back 6 minutes and send everyone back out, are you? So
well, no. The thing is, though, I know the ref can't do anything, but surely, I'm not sure what's the guidelines of it, but surely the person in this VAR box, I don't know where they're, it's got to be sitting there looking at it, going, boom, that's a goal in the air straight away. Like how? Let's just use common sense. There doesn't need to be a rule book about it.
I don't know. I think you go back. You go back to the old Frank Lampard against Germany 2010 World Cup. I think what happened yesterday. I think everyone went, that's a goal. It was clear on my TV that that's it, especially when our keeper went silent. He's standing there watching the referee for about 5 seconds with the ball in his hand going, when's he going to say it's a goal? I thought it was shocking. I thought, to be fair, it's only fouled once. But that's probably cost Sheffield United's push for Champions League, to be fair. It could have been.
Have you seen the Jack Grealish interview after?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it. What did he say?
He was just completely honest about it. He just said, at the end of the day, they all knew it went in. And we've all seen it at half time. We know it went in, but what can you do, you know?
Well, I read that they've got 7 cameras on the goal line, and the way Nyland was standing blocked all 7 cameras, so all the technology was actually working. But the way he went into the goal, like it didn't pick it up. I'm not. Don't know the source. I read that.
Hawkeye's come out. They've apologised to all the viewers. Sure, Chris Wilder will be getting a phone call for Hawkeye. But if we just go down to the game, I thought Villa edged it. I thought Villa did enough, maybe just to edge it. With 3 massive chances. I thought it was 2. Keane Davis header. Keane Davis, great save by Henderson and McGinn. But then equally, as I think always plans out in Villa's games, last 15 minutes, Villa seem always to get tired. Sheffield United came to the game. House squared the ball, and it made a great challenge by Douglas Luiz, the keeper, at 0-0.
Oh, he played well, didn't he, Douglas
Luiz? I thought
he played well. I thought it was a bit like the first game of the World Cup. Like, do you know when you watch that and it's really cagey and it's like, it's a bit of a nothing game.
Yeah. Similar to when the German football came back. When German football came back, there was minimal goals to start with. There were loads of 0-0, 1-0 games. And did you hear the commentator last night about, because in your guys' first episode, you spoke about home and away advantage?
Yeah.
55 German games now, and there's been 26 away wins so far. There's no home advantage anymore. Because your routine's the same. Yeah. Travelling away, your routine's the same.
Well, let's move on to the more exciting game of the night, which was Man City Arsenal. Palmer, we'll come to you. Thoughts on that?
Sideshow Bob's at it again, isn't he?
Mate, I'll get his little face on screen right.
He's got his brother.
And he was
in the
walking
photo.
on.
Sideshow Bob is at it again.
What was he doing?
Honestly, I think. Did you see Arteta before the game said that there's been a few things in the past few weeks in training is the reason why Luiz is not starting. You can see why. He's not sharp, is he? He's not sharp. He's always got a mistake in him.
You two have both played centre half a few times. What the first goal? I can't think what he's doing, but what
The only thing I will give to him is it is an awkward height between getting down to head it away and kicking.
Yeah,
That's the only thing you can give. He's a professional footballer. He should be able to deal with that.
and I think. Go on, CD.
I think the thing is with Arsenal, I think what they've been struggling recently, I think it all goes down to concentration. I thought they started off the game quite well, Arsenal. I thought they kind of nullified City early doors. City can come out the traps quite quick. For the first 25, they matched them. And it takes a moment like that, and it's David Luiz's massive balls of centre half, lack of concentration. He's not concentrating when that ball to come across. And he decides all of a sudden 1-0 down, away at Man City. Unfortunately, you can't give City that kind of.
Arsenal did do really well, but it did seem like when that goal went in, it was like a.
Yeah, here we go again.
Here we go. Like this is. They didn't really. I think when you're playing Man City, you just got to be in the game for 70 minutes. If you're in the game for 70 minutes, you've got a chance. But as soon as they take that first goal, you've got to be really good team to sort of pin them back. I mean,
I will say as well, the keeper Bernd Leno, he's had the most saves in the league this year.
played well.
Playing in what is usually a top 16, he is a very good keeper.
Yeah, he come from Leverkusen.
I really rate him. I think he's definitely. I think he's on par with De Gea. I think that's the discussion to have. I think he's on par with Leno, who's come with a very good reputation for the Bundesliga. I can see him getting a big move. Arsenal are a big club, but in my opinion,
all the Arsenal fans out there getting a big
there are
move.
big clubs out there. If someone like, I don't know, Roundtree comes knocking on the door, I don't know, for example, but he's going to go, isn't he? So I think Arsenal will be very careful with Leno. I think he should be playing hard.
Well, I think we'll move on from last night's game. So we're going to move on to. We've changed the format a little bit. So instead of covering all 10 games, we're just going to cover 5 games and give you guys a 5-fold, each from me and Seeley. And then we're going to quickly run through our predictions for all of the Premier League games after. But 5 games we're going to go through in detail now and then give you a little 5-fold. And after that, go through the rest of them quickly and give you a 10-fold. And then we'll explain about the guest appearances. But we'll get on to that. First game. Probably for me, the game that pops out of me as a first weekend, Spurs United. Seeley, thoughts?
Well, Mourinho back against his old club. Like I said, Harry put him on the previous episode. Kane coming back massive for Spurs. Gives them a chance, in my opinion. United tend to do okay, I think, in these kind of games. But we'll see. Yeah, it's 2 even sides of my opinion.
It kind of suits United, I think, playing away from home. I think Spurs will definitely be under pressure to keep the ball a little bit more.
Yeah.
It probably, if it was Spurs going up to Old Trafford, you'd see Mourinho just sit in and say, go and have the ball. And then we'll hit you on a break. But
yeah, I think the break, the coronavirus break, has suited both teams massively. You see for Spurs that Son's back fit, Kane's back fit.
2 of them.
I mean, that's their attack, isn't it? And then on a United, Pogba's back, and Fernandes has had time to actually train with his teammates, not being
Rashford back, fully fit as well.
Rashford back, there's some firepower on that pitch. There really is.
I think the difference between the 2 sides for me is that Man United, if they finish sixth this year, will go on and push. Will improve next year. Maybe with a couple of signings. If Tottenham do not finish top 4 this year, it looks like they're not going to. All their players are just going to go and they're going to win. I don't think they're going to be able to keep this reputation of a top 4 club up if they finish outside the top 4 this year. Because if you're Harry Kane, you're probably sitting there going, you probably get double the money over at Man United or Man City, something like that, and you're going to win a couple of trophies. They brought Mourinho in Here's a question for you both. Mourinho or Poch, what do you think that was a good decision, what they did?
Poch.
Sealy?
I'm not a massive Mourinho fan anymore. I think he's too stubborn.
Is this from Tottenham? You're not a massive Mourinho fan anymore?
Probably
Probably
I
it's-
think United. I think he just seems to come like a change room destroyer everywhere he goes. He's moody, miserable now. His performance at Chelsea was energetic, a nice air of arrogance. And I've read Ferguson's autobiography, and he dedicates a whole chapter to Mourinho. But no,
Really?
he's a shadow.
Well,
Shadow.
Mourinho's you're all right doing that when you're winning things. As soon as you start to lose it. Anyway, enough about that game. Palmer, prediction for me, please.
I've gone 2-2. Score draw.
2-2. Score draw. George?
Spurs 1, United 2. United away win.
Spurs win. I've gone the only one here. Oh, we've all gone for something different then. I've gone for a Spurs win, 3-1. I think Harry Kane will come up trumps. Obviously, Spurs, no Dele Alli as well. Just sort of mentioned that. Next game, Brighton versus Arsenal. So, do you think this, Palmer, do you think this is a must-win game for Arsenal?
Yes, but not for the manager. So it's must win to make their season. But I don't think they'll be getting rid of Arteta at the end of the season. I think they've got to give him time, no matter how they do it. Like if you were listening to the commentary last night, he's 8 games this year they've had. I mean, he took over in December, didn't he? They've had 8 games this year, won 4, drawn 4. Last night was their first loss. You've got to give him some time. He's got a decent average age of players as well. If you look at the likes of Saka, Nelson.
The team last night was really young. Nikita up front, Nketiah, up front. Sealy, Brighton, do you reckon they're looking at this game thinking it's here for the taking after watching last night?
I think it's Graham Potter will be rubbing his hands. I think home
2
game.
points off safety, Brighton are, just to get 2 points. But they could be in the bottom 3 by Monday.
Yeah, I think, like we said in the previous show, is that it's so tight down there. Anyone could go down from just below Southampton down. I think Brighton will be rubbing their hands. They play good football. They're notoriously tough to beat at home as well. But why not? I always say when looking at this league, I think there's only 2 teams in this league where you probably don't fancy getting a result at all, and that's Liverpool, Man City. I think everyone else definitely taking. I really do, and I think Brighton, similarly to what Villa would have been saying about Sheffield United yesterday, despite the league, you've got to win your home games to you on this stage.
Well,
these games, if they get 3 points on Saturday, it will be massive, and that will boost their confidence. Like we said, a spread of results. Can this be the one for them?
Watching Brighton this year, for me, I think Graham Potter obviously come from Swansea, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
He plays good football. Like they played it out from the back, but at the end of the day, these last 10 games, I'm sure any Brighton fan or any fan of a team down will tell you, to pot with all the good football, you need points on the board.
Yeah,
especially against a team like Arsenal. Going to Glenbury, they've got no centre half. Mary's injured. Luis is suspended.
That Neil Maupay's.
Might be Kieran Tierney at centre half. Get Glenn Murray, stick him on a centre half, and say, "Run off, Glenn Murray."
You got that Neil Maupay as well.
Oh yeah,
scorer from Brentford. He'll do well. Palmer, what are we going for? Prediction?
Yeah, having said all of that, I've gone 2-0 Arsenal. I just think, I just think Aubameyang is a massive difference on his. If he turns up,
he's a touch of quality, isn't he? Really. Sealy?
I've gone, despite all that, Brighton 0, Arsenal 1. I think Arsenal can't afford to lose back-to-backs.
Well, JP, I'm buying into your Glenn Murray theory and going for a 1-1 draw there. I don't think Arsenal will have it. But be an interesting one. Next one, a fixture which I actually quite like the look of, which is West Ham Wolves. I think that's got the potential to be a very open game.
I think...
Sealy, what do you think on Wolves? What do you think on Wolves this year?
Wolves... done really well. I think we just go back to when they're in the Championship days, when Nuno came in. I think he inserted a philosophy, great recruitment for the future as well. What you saw, and some of the players that played for them in the Championship still playing there now. They play I would say a very, very similar style to Liverpool. It's effective, long, well, five at the back. They play long diags, calculated diags. Wouldn't even call it long ball.
Yeah, they've got someone like Ruben Neves in the middle who can pick them out as well, haven't they?
Exactly. They've got
Just a little guess switch. It's a proper pass.
And Connor Cody, who was a centre mid, has become a centre half and playing it out from the back.
I mean, yeah, that's a difference. When you watch them, you talk about the diagonal seals there. You watch some teams play diagonals and they're sort of hitting hope balls, whereas and they seem like they're practiced in day out at training. They know what they're doing. I mean, they've got 2 proven goal scorers in Jota and Jimenez as well. So,
what do we say? What do we say? What do we say every time? If you've got a proven goal scorer up front,
you've got a chance.
You're not going to go down.
For me, Jimenez is top 3 strikers in the league. For me.
Did you see the Jimenez interview as well this week?
No, what's he saying?
No.
Someone asked him what his dream move would be, and he said, "I can't talk about my dream move just in case I'm to sign for their rivals." So it looks as if he has, or at least maybe his agent has got his head elsewhere.
Palmer, West Ham. I mean, they've got a side full of quality and they're down there. Where do you think it's gone wrong?
The defence, 100%.
Really?
I mean, they've taken on players like Jack Wilshere, who I'd love to see just get playing back fit again. He's unbelievable when he gets going. Felipe Anderson, so much flair. I'm a big fan of Michail Antonio as well.
Yeah, when he's fit.
Even back when he was a Forest player in the Championship, I thought he was brilliant. But they're just so open to the team, aren't they? This
is what I said at the start. It looks like an open game because it just seems with West Ham, especially it's at Olympic Park as well. It's a big pitch. I can just see it being an open game.
I've been to the Olympic Park, done some work there. The pitch, the stands are so far from the pitch. The atmosphere is awful.
Has it gone? And you compare that to somewhere like Upton Park,
where you're on top of them. It's not the same.
Upton Park was always a tough place to go to. The move to Olympic Park, fans aren't happy, don't get on well with their owners. Obviously, Brady, Sullivan and goals. A lot of viewers on here, especially Birmingham fans, probably have strong feelings towards that. But the thing is, though, they've spent money. They have spent money. You can't argue. They have spent money.
Yeah, definitely. Felipe Anderson is.
That club is
Sebastian Haller as well. Sebastian Haller was the best part of 50, wasn't he?
Well, would you even talk about January? They just signed Jarrod Bowen. So,
yeah,
I mean,
what got me is they signed him and benched him.
Yeah.
And if you're signing someone in January, it's got to be who's going to come into your starting 11 at least and make a difference. That's why you're signing him. All right.
I think, West Ham got massive potential, but I think they're going to go down, in my opinion.
Palmer, are they going to go down?
They will when Wolves beat them this weekend, yeah.
Fair play. So, Seeley, prediction for that game?
West Ham 0, Wolves 2.
Palmer?
I've just gone for 1-0 Wolves.
All right, I've gone for a 4-2 Wolves win. For me, 4-2 Goalfest. One
goals,
closer to goals, mate. Goals. Bit closer to our heart. Villa versus Chelsea.
Yeah.
Palmer, I'll let you start on this. But let Palmer start. The blue nose.
Well, yeah, we'll get a neutral. A so-called neutral.
Firstly, Palmer, before you start, are Villa going down?
Yes.
Okay. And then the table's yours, mate. You say what you like.
I'll say yes. Although, if you'd have played like you did last night for the first 60 minutes all season, you would not be going down. And I tell you what, Keenan Davis is a handful up front. He's a handful.
He likes to. He does a couple of times the ball gone over the top. Mings has played on it, just banged into.
He had no problems putting a foul in, letting the defender know he's there. I like that.
And they have big centre halves to play against. Ender Stevens, Boulder. I can't remember the other lad that came in.
It's Basham, Egan, and Robinson played centre half.
Yeah, Robinson. That's it.
I just think problem with Villa, in my opinion, from looking at yesterday's goals, I don't think we create enough. Even though I thought we dictated the game early doors, I don't think we create enough. I think Davis is a handful. Don't look like scoring though.
I'd like to go
in that case, you've got to improve set pieces. Ezri Konsa's had one off a corner.
Yeah, Davis had one that he should have put away.
It's the first time we've seen Villa look dangerous at set piece.
No, I think we should go two up front. Forget the wingers. They're both lightweight, Trezeguet and El Ghazi. Just forget them. They're awful.
Anyway, no one watches this. No one watches this for Aston Villa news. So
let's move on to Chelsea. Chelsea. Just took the words out of my mouth, Farmer.
Timo Werner.
Timo Werner. I've got that down actually to talk about. Is Tammy going at the end of the season?
No. Timo Werner plays at the moment for Leipzig because obviously with German team football coming back, they were my team. I've been watching a lot of them. He plays off the left-hand side, off Poulsen. He plays off a striker, basically.
So you think he's going to be a like for sort of Hazard last year?
Yeah, I think what they'll do is they'll stick with this 4-3-3 with an inside forward, and I think they'll play him off the left.
It's not a bad. It's not a bad call.
It doesn't make sense for Chelsea to offload an asset who's got 12 goals this season in his first Premier League prop.
And he's young. Like if he has another couple of seasons, he could go for. You see how much people are going for. You could go for 80, 90 million if he has 2 good seasons.
I think they're going to keep Tammy Abraham, but I just think, like I said previously, is that Lampard's number one priority is just getting that Champions League spot. That'll be beyond his probably expectations beginning the season.
If they get Champions League, I think they'll keep on.
He would have wanted to get Champions League, but I don't think Abramovich would have probably said you need to get Champions League football.
But Timo Werner's a statement, isn't it? Really, to say.
On top of that, they've brought in Ziyech as well.
He's a right winger, isn't
who is a baller.
Where's he from, Palms?
From Ajax. He's a right winger, so he cuts in off the right onto his left foot.
Oh, is he? I think I know who you mean, actually.
Class.
No, you mean he looks a good player.
Really good footballer.
So, Villa, we've seen them play. Chelsea, we know what they're about. Palmer, prediction?
Not a battering. It's a 2-0 Chelsea.
Oh, cheers. 2-0 Chelsea.
2-0 Chelsea win. I think Villa look pretty compact at the back, so I'm not going to. I don't think
depends if the goal line technology is working or not.
That is true.
Seeley?
I've gone Villa 0, Chelsea 2.
Villa 0, Chelsea 2. Oh, mate, I've had to go with my heart. I can't stand to bet against Villa. I've gone 1-1. I can't stand it.
I think that could be a bit of a problem by the.
But Joe, to be fair, back in the Martin O'Neill days, you used to beat Chelsea regularly.
Yeah, even before we've had a few good results. I think we've also been dicked 8-1 against them though in recent times.
Yes.
Right, last game, I know we said Tottenham Man United was a highlight, but this one always sticks out. Everton Liverpool.
It's a local derby. It's a local derby. Biggest game.
I just said I put down on my notes. Don't know what you guys think of this. I think that this is Liverpool's biggest game of the season remaining. Anyone got thoughts on that? Biggest game of the season for Liverpool. Have they got anything else to play for? Would you say the league's already done, Palms?
The league's done. I would say, yeah. In terms of for their fans, this is probably the bragging rights of the season. But there's a little bit taken off it in the fact that they can't win the league. You know, if Arsenal had have won last night,
they would have won it.
Exactly. They could have won the league against Everton, which would have been definitely special for them. But at the end of the day, they've won the league. Are they probably going to beat Everton? I think so. They're a top side.
The thing is, I just don't think Ancelotti's going to roll over to them. I think Ancelotti for Everton, what a managerial that was.
How have they put that one?
Yeah.
Ancelotti.
I
like it.
You know what I think it is? They must have some till. The owner must have big money ready.
But the owner is known not to spend a lot.
Who is it? Is it Ken Wright still?
No. They've been taken over.
Moved on, yeah.
Yeah, they've been taken over.
I think they have. They've got 2 big assets in Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison. I mean, both of them. Calvert-Lewin's got 12 this year. Richarlison's got 10. Both strikers. Calvert-Lewin being English. I think that's nearly 150 million's worth of assets right there.
Well, they turned down in January. They turned down £80 million from Barcelona for Richarlison.
Yeah.
He'd be a good replacement.
They turned it down.
He's got a bit about him, hasn't he? He's got a bit of teeth.
I'll tell you what. Everyone said when they bought him for 30 million from Watford, what are they doing? And what a slip that was at 30 million pounds.
What do you think, Liverpool? It's going to be sort of business as usual when they come back.
I mean, I've heard a few people are having none of it. Foot off the gas, think they've won the league, but I cannot see Mane and Salah not wanting to win that golden boot. They're probably having a race between themselves.
Yeah, and I think
They're
Oh
chasing.
yeah, I've looked at the coronavirus friendlies, what you call, like I'm going to say pre-season friendlies. They just look dominant. The results they've been producing just look as dominant as ever. Klopp isn't going to accept anyone taking the foot off the gas. To be brutally honest, I think the style of play that they adapt to is quite fast. It's quite fast anyway, high tempo, like similar to Wolves in terms of lots of diet, high intensity. They're not going to take the foot off the gas. They're not going to start slowing it down and start keeping the ball and playing more of a Man City approach in terms of we're going to control the game. It's going to be full throttle. I think I'd be worried if I was Everton. I think they're going to come out and make a statement, I think, on Sunday.
On that Seeley prediction for you?
Yeah, so I have gone Everton 0, Liverpool 2.
Palmer?
I've gone Everton 1, Liverpool 2.
I've gone, oh mate, I'm looking at my predictions now, thinking they're rogue. I've gone 4-3 Liverpool. 4-3 Liverpool.
That's a genuine.
On the accurate, it's down as a win. So I thought
it's when the viewers start turning up their usual.
Someone's got a bit of excitement. Well. You lads, your predictions are boring as. All right, I'm going to stick mine and Seeley's 5-folds on now on the screen. I think so. Seeley's is £142.56 for a £5 stake. Mine's £671. So proper money. You back me. Let me know.
I'm 1-0, mate. I'm 1-0.
We're just going to go through the other predictions. So basically, how it's going to work with the guest coming on is we're going to go through the 5 games just gone through, and then we're going to ask the guest to also predict all 10 of this game week results. If they get a correct scoreline, they're going to get. Sorry, I don't know what I've written down here.
10 for the
They get it 5. They get it 5 for a correct scoreline, and they get it 2 for a correct result. So out of the 10 games, and then it's going to go. I'll put the Stig leaderboard on now. It's going to be empty, just so you can see how it's going to go. As I said before, Palms, going first. You're going to be top at some point. In the next episode, we'll recap what Palmer got and show you at the start of the episode. So Palmer, I've stuck your 10 predictions on now. If you just want to read through your last 5, obviously we've done the first 5.
Yeah. So I went for a low score draw. So I went for a 1-1 between Norwich and Southampton.
Mm-hmm.
Leicester 2-1 against Watford. Although looking at that again, I think Watford could get a point at least.
Yeah.
Bournemouth Palace again, another draw. I mean, I've been pretty boring here. I'm not gonna lie to you. Newcastle Sheffield United, another draw, 0-0. And then I've had City 2-0 against Burnley. I've seen they obviously put more past Arsenal, but Burnley are so pragmatic in their defending.
Yeah, Definitely. All right, so we'll recap on your score and start the next episode, and we'll let you know your total. And like I said, you're going to be first at some point. You are going to be first. Pick on mine and Seeley's. We predicted the 10 as well and put £1 on a 10-fold accumulator. These ones, you're going to win a bit more money. If you back Seeley's, I'll just note whose is whose. If you back Seeley's, you're going to get £2,236 back from £1. If you want to go on a decent holiday this year, back mine, because it's £8,544.
I'll tell you what, if yours wins, we won't be having any more of these. We'll be in Vegas.
Yeah, if ours wins, we're done. Have it. But yeah, we'll show. We'll hopefully it should make a bit more sense with the scoreboards and leaderboards after we've done Palmer's. But yeah, that's it really. I mean, I also want to mention whoever finishes top of this leaderboard, this guest leaderboard, will win a shirt, a football shirt. They can pick the club. Me and Seeley pick the shirt because I know what people are like. We'll say pick the shirt. Palmer will want Obafemi Martin's shirt. He won the Carling Cup final. I want me to put I have to put my accumulator winnings on it. It's probably only a quarter of that to get Obafemi's shirt, and that's a couple grand. Probably get that.
So yeah, just thank you everyone for watching. Like I said, get involved. You can send your predictions in, and we'll see how that compares. But yeah, keep liking and sharing. But thank
Palmer,
you.
Just before we go, Palms, give us your fantasy football tip for the week.
Go on.
Who's your captain?
Well, it's a double game week this week, so I had a KDB as he played Wednesday night, playing again against Burnley at home, couple of home games. So yeah, KDB this week.
So you heard it from Palmer here first. Get KDB in the team. He's going to carry on.
I think everyone in the league's got him.
Thanks for watching, guys.